Hi, I'm Monica Melpass here at the New York Stock Exchange for New to the Street and for FinTech TV, and we are excited to welcome Pedro Vidal, the CRO of Floki and of TokenFi, who is joining us to talk about some very exciting developments in that industry. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful, and I'm excited to be speaking with you today.
Yeah, it's great to have you here. Just tell us, how's the market doing in cryptocurrency as we start out?
Well, currently, from like the trading perspective, there's quite a bit of volatility. We've seen Bitcoin just today, slump, sub 90,000. So that's not too much like cause of concern because you're looking at from the micro in terms of trading, but look at what the institutions are doing, and that's like really exciting to see. JP Morgan and other titans of industry making really deep inroads in tokenization and blockchain in general.
Okay. And speaking of which, any interesting news and developments specifically in tokenization?
Actually, yeah, quite a few. I think if I had to pick just the top 30 in my mind right now, the fact that JP Morgan actually has their own coin, a lot of people don't understand that how fast things are moving. So, and it's more for institutions to be able to settle payments, and it's actually called the JPM coin. So it's exciting. But outside of that, JPM just issued actual like short-term bond on the Solana blockchain. So while folks are talking about just like individual narratives, banks like JP Morgan are actually making some really, really big moves. And just recently this week, they actually announced that they're going to be tokenizing the first money market fund, which is actually called Money, like MONY.
Okay.
And it's my on-chain, net yield. And it's just very, very exciting to see that because we're seeing tons of advancement. It's moving really, really fast, and folks should be paying attention.
Absolutely. So those are a few of the things. Any other new things with TokenFi?
Well, yeah, with TokenFi, quite a few actually. So with TokenFi, it's an all-in-one tokenization platform where you can create your own token, launch your own project, seed funding, connect with market makers, and tokenize real-world assets. But in terms of some of the updates that have just recently launched, we actually have the AI Gen, which is essentially an AI NFT generator, where you're able just to include the prompts and immediately create your NFTs, as well as being able to mint them in one seamless and easy transaction. There's also another advancement, which is called TokenFi Shield, which is it's a wonderful service because what it does is it allows developers to catch vulnerabilities in their smart contract before they move forward to deploy. And that's like really, really important. Most projects, they'll do an audit once they've launched, but it's important to look at the smart contract before,
Right.
identify any vulnerabilities, and keep your community safe.
And why is it important to build a vast ecosystem?
Well, for some projects like Floki and TokenFi, we listen to our community. We're actually governed as a DAO, which means any holder actually has a say in the direction of the company.
Okay.
So building a community is important because you're able to launch products and services that meet the demands of the community, but also for those that are going to be entering within the community. So a lot of folks don't look at it that way. They build a product, and if you like it, great, and if you don't, that's fine. We don't operate in that sense, right? We make sure that community is always number one.
And is the focus on individual users or on developers?
It's actually both, right? When we look at TokenFi, there's from an individual perspective, you could find projects early, or you could launch your own project. And it's very quick, the transition from being just an individual crypto user to actually becoming a developer. Most developers were just crypto holders at some point.
Right.
And there's a natural evolution that happens. So we want to make sure that we can handle the needs and demands for individuals at the, individual and retail level, but also when they want to scale and become developers, we have a one-stop shop and a suite of financial instruments to be able to help.
We talked about TokenFi. How are things going with Floki?
Very, very good.
Okay.
Our community continues to grow. Our DAO is showing in increasing, representation via like their voting, which is important, those democratic principles. And we've been able to increase the amount of products and services that we put out there because we enhance our ecosystem. So we have University of Floki, which is an education platform that falls within the Floki ecosystem. But we've done so much in 2025. From in the Floki ETP going live in Europe was massive. Floki was the first meme project to actually have a MiCA compliant white paper in the EU. So that's really telling on the direction that we're going in. So most folks look at candles and to determine the performance of a project. But we look at most of the benchmarks and milestones that we've been reaching so that we can get to the points where we want to be in the future.
What any updates on Valhalla? What's next for that?
Yeah, so Valhalla is our Metaverse blockchain game, right? We've essentially fixed the problems that were plaguing blockchain gaming, which were traditionally a lack of a sustainable economy and a shortfall in robust player mechanics. We fixed that, and the game is PC based, or you could play via a browser. But now we're actually going to be moving into mobile, which is a massive step forward. But again, we respond to our community. They wanted a browser based game that you can play anywhere around the world. We delivered. Now it's time that we make inroads on the mobile side.
Wonderful. So what's 2026 going to hold for both TokenFi and Floki?
Continued advancement and innovation. Anyone that's followed our story from 2021 would understand that heavy on our shoulders is the responsibility of being the world's first CTO, which is a community takeover. So the community actually has the power, and we're able to move forward accordingly, being a leader in the space. So we're going to see further enhancements to everything within our ecosystem, ranging from Flokify to TokenFi to Valhalla. Each and every one of our ecosystem products is going to see further development. I think the mobile game is going to be very, very exciting for us. But we have a lot hyper focus in many industries that are primed for growth, whether it's GameFi, whether it's DeFi, and tokenization. We're leading from the front.
Speaking of which, let's roll it back a couple steps. Any
Sure.
advice to people who want to get into crypto or tokenization? What would you say to them?
I would say, number one, it's okay to tell yourself that you don't know everything, right? And you want to seek resources to be able to do your own research. I think that's number one.
Okay.
And I think having a healthy dose of information every day, even if it's just 30 minutes, to an hour of digesting what's happening in terms of regulation where you live and around the world, I think is important.
Educate yourself first of all.
Yeah, and also have the mindset of, you may have missed out on Bitcoin early, because a lot of folks tell me all the time, they're like, Pedro, I wish I would have gone into Bitcoin early, but now I'm too far behind. I wouldn't look at it in those terms. If we had a time machine, yes, we would love to go back and get into Bitcoin extremely early, but you're extremely early for tokenization.
Okay.
And I think that's what people should be paying attention to. We're in its infancy right now, where we're seeing institutions playing ball, creating their own blockchain, creating their own coins. And I think we should really be paying attention to that. You're not too late.
Okay.
You have an opportunity. Just get educated and make sure that you have the right references and sources of information that you could trust.
So it's never too late.
It's never too late.
That's encouraging. Sounds like so much excitement coming your way in the next year, 5 years, 10 years. What can we expect long term? How would we see progress and be able to mark that?
I see a natural evolution to everything within our ecosystem, right? So we could say we had version 1 of a specific product, version 2, version 3. I see that we continue to scale. I see future ETPs for Floki all around the world. And we want to gain just regulatory compliance in all the markets that we serve. And we want to be a leader dominating within, our lane. And we have several. Many projects are like a one-trick pony. We do many things, and we embrace that. We were born in the meme space, but we're much more than just a meme project.
Wonderful. Well, we will be watching with excitement to see all the things you and your companies accomplish. Good luck to you.
Wonderful.
Pedro Vidal, CRO of TokenFi and Floki. A pleasure, and wish you continued success.